Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video here on Bitcoin, in which we will talk about next week, the week opening, but also a little bit today. I mean, so far this weekend, as most of you know, has been very quiet. I mean, the price has basically not moved since yesterday. I mean, it's relatively flat. So technically, not much has changed, but obviously, the volume has dropped down a lot right now in the markets. The volume for Bitcoin has dropped down to $9 billion, which is extremely low. We already saw that coming. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. Yesterday, the volume was already quite low, and usually from Saturday to Sunday, it drops down another 40%. Excuse me. That is what happened as well for the last 24 hours. And right now, look, I don't even want to look, but $9 billion, I think that's volume levels we haven't seen since October, I think. So here you can see the volume in October, but even in October, the volume actually in the weekends remained higher than that. So almost seems like we have to go all the way back to August for that. So in general, that's not a great sign about the markets. Usually the amount of volume, or at least the development of volume tells you something about the strength of the market. And at this point of time, the market just is not strong. Excuse me, I had a bit of a short night. So overall, that's not a great sign. If you zoom all the way out, then I would say that Bitcoin is also not looking too great. So those are definitely things to take into consideration. By the way, I mean, if you did not see that, yesterday I posted my long-term analysis on Bitcoin right here. So if you're interested in my long-term analysis and what I expect and at what levels I do think it's a good choice to buy Bitcoin, then check out that video. But it's, in my opinion, it's not the best idea to buy Bitcoin right now. Also on the short term, even though we haven't really, excuse my nose, I mean, it's extremely annoying, I know. But even this weekend, even though we haven't really had much movement, the movement on Friday was already enough to conclude what the main direction was, right? Because with the bearish pressure on Friday, we've dropped back down into the previous range right here. You can see the value area high being around 84,700. So we dropped down below that, and we actually spent, and we've talked about this yesterday as well, but we actually spent quite a lot of volume below that on Friday and the start of Saturday as well, basically confirming the reclaim back into the range. The one thing I think that can still save Bitcoin, obviously, is a very bullish stock market that has had a major correlation to Bitcoin. So that is definitely something I'll keep my eyes on. I mean, that's going to open, the futures market is going to open, I think, what time is it? I'm actually not sure what time it opens. But it opens in UTC time, at least late in the evening. If we actually see continued strength and basically a continuation of where we left off on Friday, then we can actually expect a more bullish Bitcoin as well. But I'm not sure, first of all, whether altcoins would move up together with that, and it's in general uncertain whether we can actually get that strength. So unless we actually see that strength, or until I actually see that strength, we have to stick to what we see right now, and that is a bearish reclaim, a very, very, very clear range right here. And therefore, I'd say it's more likely that we're going to push down. And that's also in line with my more long-term analysis on Bitcoin, zoomed all the way out, and things like that situation around volume. But I'll be back later this afternoon with a middle of the day market update, hopefully with some less annoying nose sounds, excuse me. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care, and bye.